Hey there, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm excited to share with you how to locally host N8n on your own machine using this platform called Coolify. There's a link in the description below. It's completely free to get started, and I've got the website pulled up here. As you can see, it allows you to self-host with superpowers. It's an open source and self-hostable alternative to Versal, which I've already made a tutorial about on this channel. For easily deploying websites, databases, web applications, and 280 plus one-click services to your own server. So I recently discovered this in my school community over here. One of my members made a post about it, and I decided why not just make a tutorial showing how to set this up. I'm running Debian Linux, so if I bring up a terminal, I can show you here. I'm on Debian Linux 13. So as you can see, Debian Linux 13, and I've just started up Coolify using this long command in the command line right here. It's relying on Docker, so you will need to install Docker, and then you can basically run it through Docker and self-host it on your local machine. So in order to get started, all you have to do is click on self-hosted right here, or you can choose the cloud, but in this case I'm just going to focus on self-hosting. And basically all you have to do is run this curl command right here. So this is just going to download the shell file right here, and it's just going to run that. So in order to install it, you're just going to run this command. If I go ahead and do this again, we'll see what happens. Looks like I do need to be root in order to run this, but the fact of the matter is I've already got Coolify installed on my machine, as you can see here. And then in order to run it, you just need to type this command. That's pretty much all there is to it. They have documentation over here as well. This is the installation documentation, so you can read through this. Again, you just need to run that command, and then you'll scroll down here, and at the very bottom, you'll find some more information that you need to run. So you need to update your SSH key for Coolify to manage your server. Then you need to add the public key to your authorized keys in the SSH folder, and you can change the permissions of the main data Coolify folder right here, and scroll down, and this is how you launch it. So you launch Coolify using Docker Compose. So you will need to also install Docker. In order to do that, you just type sudo apt-get install Docker, and it should install the Docker right here. So you can see Docker clean, Docker doc, Docker registry. I've already got docker.io installed, so I can just exit out of that and do Docker version. So I'm currently on 26.1.5 Docker version right there. So Docker's running, and then all you have to do is run this command right here, and then you'll go to your localhost port 8000. So that's what I've done over here, localhost 8000. And as you can see, this is the login screen. So I'm just going to log in real quick. Hopefully I still remember my username and password. Looks like it might be a different username and password. If not, I can always create a new account. It says registration is disabled, so I need to make sure I'm using the right account here. Should be able to log in, but I may have forgotten my password. Yeah, it looks like I can't currently log in. This may not work, unfortunately. I don't see like an easy way to create an account. I have been having some issues with this. There are other ways to install N8n on your local machine as well, such as using NGINX, or you can just use the official website, obviously. That's always an option as well. You just click on get started, or go to pricing, and this is another option. So it's just £24 per month. That's the starter plan. You've also got the pro plan for $60 a month. But for me, I would much rather just run this locally on my machine. So another way to do that is you use a tool called NGINX. So you can just search here, and it has all the information about running N8n behind NGINX. So if I scroll down, you can see here you just install NGINX. You set up the permissions right here, and then you will just run NGINX. So I'm going to come over here to the terminal, and then I could just type N8n. Since N8n is already installed on my computer, I've already made a tutorial showing how to set this up on my channel as well, if you want to check that out. And then pretty much all I have to do is go to localhost 5678, port 5678, and boom, we're into N8n. So Coolify, it looks like that may not work, unfortunately. I may be able to reset my password, but again, that's also not working either. So it's better just to use NGINX, and that way you don't have to pay for the cloud service through N8n itself. The only issue with doing it this way is that you will need to set up N8n to run on its own custom domain, because it doesn't currently work for webhooks. So basically, if you want to connect to a webhook, for example, you need to come over here and you need to enter in the domain, which doesn't work on localhost. I would recommend, honestly, just using mate.com, because it can do a lot of the things that you need anyway for building automations. As you can see, I've already got a bunch of different automation workflows that I've created in mate.com. And it's just really, really easy to use. I would say, even easier than N8n. There's more of a steep learning curve for N8n, but it is a lot more powerful in terms of actually building AI agents. These are just automations. They're not actually fully fledged agents, which you can really only build within N8n. OpenAI just recently came out with their own solution as well, which is the agent builder tool, but it's very limited in my opinion in terms of what it can do. N8n is still the king for building fully fledged AI agents. So if you want to get this set up properly, you will need to basically use your own custom domain. So there's all these instructions here, and then you can see here, this is how you set up your domain. You have to install something called certbot. So I've already tried this multiple times here. We can try it one more time. I'm just going to run certbot NGINX, and then I'm going to put in my custom subdomain here, which is n8n.bremoteconsulting.com. That's where I want to actually run the server from. So it's going to run this, and then it's going to request a certificate, and then it's just going to fail. So if anybody knows how to fix this, I've spent a lot of time debugging and trying to figure out how to get this to work properly, and unfortunately it never works. It just says some challenges have failed when I run the certbot. So it's not actually able to redirect, and that's going to cause issues with setting up the webhooks. So for example, LinkedIn right here, you need to add your credentials, and then if you're using a specific webhook, it's not going to work properly. So the other option would just be to run this in the cloud using Coolify. So we could click on cloud instead. And then again, that is going to cost something, but it's very affordable right here. So if you want to just run it on the cloud, that's probably the best option. Self-hosting is completely free, but to run it on the cloud is still only $5 per month. So that's, like $25 cheaper than using N8n itself. And in order to do that, you can just say get started in the cloud here, and that will create the account. Now I have to verify my email address. So in order to do that, I'm just going to open up my email client, which I use Betterbird for this. It's basically like a derivative of Thunderbird, which is even faster. And for my browser, I'm using Firefox Nightly. So this is like the bleeding edge, cutting edge, latest version of Firefox on Linux. So it's really, really fast. And so I'm just going to verify my email address real quick. And from here, I can obviously just subscribe to the cloud plan. And that's $5 per month. It includes connected unlimited servers, deploy unlimited applications, free email notifications, support by email, and all upcoming features. So that sounds even better, honestly, than self-hosting it, which is quite complicated, and it's better, just to get the cloud service. So I'm just going to pay for this. It's only $5 a month, and then I can start using Coolify. I'll make another tutorial showing how to run N8n on the Coolify cloud service a little bit later. But in this one, I just wanted to show you the basics to get started. And of course, there is also the option of using NGINX. And I would highly recommend using Linux to do this stuff. It just makes things a lot easier. You can install anything you want over here. I've even got like a software package installer here built right into Debian as well. So pretty much anything that I want, I can install through here. They have a lot of the same applications, and I can even run games on here as well using Steam. So very powerful what you can do with Linux, and yeah, I'd highly recommend switching over to Linux if you're going to be doing anything programming related or building AI automations. Could be anything really, and it's a lot faster than Windows as well. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.